I robbed a house last night and found something I can't explain inside. I rob houses. Look, I'm not a bad person. I lost my job and I have 3 kids to feed. I only hit the big houses, the ones dripping in wealth. No houses with kids. If I see a swing set in the backyard, I keep driving. I don't carry a weapon either. Too much risk. This is temporary. For my wife, for my kids, just until I get back on my feet. My latest target was a mansion on the north side of town, tucked away at the end of a lonely road. No neighbors close enough to hear a thing. Perfect. I'd been watching the place for days, tracking their schedule. A man and a woman lived there. He was tall, built like a linebacker. She was short, blonde. I'd seen them through the dining room window, eating expensive steaks, drinking red wine under a crystal chandelier. They wouldn't even miss the things I took. At 1 a.m., I pulled up down the street, tugged my cap low, pulled on my gloves. Then I slunk through the grass, past the massive bay windows, and got to work on the lock. After a few minutes, click, I was in. The house was silent, dark. I flicked on my flashlight, the beam bouncing off marble floors and framed oil paintings. My heart pounded as I scanned the room. That painting, the vase, the purse hanging off the chair. Jackpot, a Louis Vuitton, the real deal. I grabbed it, slung it over my shoulder, and dumped the contents onto the table. Wallet, tissues, lipstick, phone. I picked up the wallet, pulled out the bills. Then I froze. The ID. I flipped it open. A woman stared up at me from the tiny photo. Brunette. But the woman I'd seen in this house was blonde. My stomach twisted. Maybe she dyed it. But the height, the eye color, they didn't match either. I set it back down, a strange unease creeping up my spine. Just take what you need and get out. I moved into the kitchen, searching for silverware. Some of these rich folks had real silver worth a pretty penny, but when I opened the drawers, they were empty. All of them. A terrible feeling settled in my gut. Okay, enough. I grabbed the painting, heavy in my hands, and shoved it into my bag. Then my eyes landed on the jade green vase in the corner, gold loops on the handles, a painted woman pouring water from a jug. I lifted it carefully, heart pounding. Something rattled inside. I tipped it over. 2 nickels rolled out. I let out a breath, a laugh even. Jesus, what was I expecting? A finger, a tooth, a dried up heart? I shook my head, feeling ridiculous, and tossed it into the bag. Time to go. But my eyes flicked toward the hall. The bedroom door was cracked open. Something gleamed on the vanity table. Jewelry. Before I could stop myself, I was moving. I pushed the door open, stepped inside, and froze. The bed was soaked red. The sheets twisted, covering shapes beneath them. I stumbled back, hand clamped over my mouth. Thump, thump. Footsteps above me. Did you hear that? A woman's voice. Yeah, a man replied. I think someone's downstairs. I bolted. My feet skidded over the marble, my bag slipping off my shoulder. I didn't care. I left everything, tore out of that house, across the yard, into my car. My hands shook as I jammed the keys into the ignition, peeling out onto the road. I was right. It was the perfect house to rob, but somebody had gotten there first.